going to read that. Hakoire es ha-Megillah mil mafreya lo yotza. The Talmud says that if someone reads the Megillah backwards, he doesn't get the mitzvah. And the Talmud discusses what does it mean backwards. There's two opinions. One means backwards is that he reads the last word first, the second to the last word second, and he goes backwards word by word. But that is a little strange because that totally doesn't make sense. A second opinion means that he reads chapters backwards. That means he reads chapter 2 before chapter 1. And then he reads chapter 1. But first he reads chapter 2, and then he reads chapter 1, or first chapter 4, then chapter 3, and something like that. So he's reading the Megillah, but he's reading it in a backwards order. Now what's the point here? Because really the Megillah is a story that took 9 years. Because when Vashti was killed, till Esther got married was another 3 years later. And after Esther got married, it was another 2-3 years later till Haman became power. And then after Haman became power, till he carried out the decree was another. So from the beginning of the Megillah Esther till the end of the story of Purim is a span of 9 years. So if you read chapter 1 or chapter 3, not in order, it's nicht gefährlich. However, the Baal Shem Tov comes and says, no. Hakoire es ha-Megillah l'mafreya doesn't mean only that you read one chapter before another chapter. It means if you go tonight to shul and you listening to the story of the Megillah as something that happened in the history of Jewish people, that you don't get the mitzvah. Because the Megillah is not a story that happened. It's happening now. Every word in the Megillah, when we hear it tonight, we are actually reliving in our life. What does Achashverosh mean in our life? The Torah says the word Achashverosh means Acharis v'reishis sheloi. The beginning and the end is his, which is Hashem. Wherever it says the word king in the Megillah means Hashem. Acharis v'reishis sheloi. Adon olam v'hu haya v'hu hayveh v'acharis v'reishis sheloi. He's the beginning and he's the end. Hashem is here before everything and he's here after everything. So Achashverosh is Acharis v'reishis sheloi. And when Achashverosh had the decree and he gave Haman the power, was because Hashem gave the power to the Kalipa, to the negativity, to be able to carry out their wish, because the Jews were in a state of dreaming, of sleeping. And then comes chapter 6 in the Megillah where it says, Ba'layla ahu nadada shnas hamelech. That night, the king couldn't sleep, was taken away from him. Which king is that? Hashem. Because when the Jews are asleep, Hashem also acts as if he's sleeping. But when the Jews wake up, then Hashem also wakes up. So when a Jew is a little disconnected from Torah and mitzvahs, Hashem acts as if he's disconnected from us. And he lets Haman and all the wolves, the 70 wolves, come and just viciously attack. But Balayla hu, at that night, Hashem woke up because the Jews woke up, and Mordechai gathered 22,000 children, and he was able to wake up them, so to say, that the connection should be reconnected and bring it back to a power that you see the miracle of Hashem. And this is an interesting concept, that Hashem, by Haman's time, it wasn't that Hashem went and did something. It was Hashem left go his protection. When Hashem leaves go the protection, automatically the 70 wolves come and eat up the little lamb. Because the Jews are like a little lamb. And we have 70 wolves around us. And why don't the wolves eat us up? It's not because the wolves are weak. And not because the wolves are not hungry. And not because the lamb is strong. It's the shepherd, which is God, that protects us. So as long as we remember that it's God that protects us, and as long as we remember that God protects us, the protection is there. And then once we think that the protection comes from the wolves, that U.S. protects us, the UN protects us, human rights protects us, animal rights protects us, then you lose the protection of Hashem and the wolves come and eat you up. The only protection we have is Hashem himself. So therefore, Hakoides Megillah Mafreya, someone that reads the Megillah of a story that happened, you don't get the mitzvah. When we read the Megillah tonight, it's happening tonight. In our own life, we could find every piece of the Megillah in our life. And therefore, Purim is the highest holiday that is higher than Yom Kippur. Yom Kippurim. Yom Kippur is only like Purim because Purim is the day that Hashem revealed His true essence and connected to the essence of a Jew by a Jew just saying one word, Ani Yehudi, I am a Jew. So Hashem should help that, lost like by the end of the Megillah it says, La Yehudim, Haisa, Oira, V'simcha, V'sasa Mikar, Oira zu Taira, Simcha zu Yantav, Sasan zu Mila, Vikar elu Tvilin. May Hashem help that it should be Kain Tia Lanu, that we should have light and joy and happiness and honor in a revealed way with the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu, B'mheira B'yameinu Amen.
Amen.